Hello, Nicole again. Just going to take you through how to log into MailChimp, which is where all of your subscribers are going to be getting an email from whenever you'd like to send out the latest edition of the newsletter. So this little subscribe button here is actually what it's linked to. So anytime somebody puts their first name and email address in here, it will then go into your MailChimp list. So to log in, all we need to do is go to MailChimp. There we go. And over on the right hand side, we just go into login, pop in our username, which is the email address, and the password. And it needs an SMS code, but I'm going to skip that for now. Okay, so here we come to our dashboard. So over here on the left hand side is how we go to different places. This is how we go to our account settings, which is sometimes helpful, but I've actually set up all the address and email addresses and everything in there, so that should be fine at all times. The main place we want to go to is campaigns at the moment. So I've created e-newsletter template. So I'm just going to show you this one. You can click on here to actually just have a look at what that email looks like. So I've just popped the header in and a heading and then a little bit of text, a link. Now this link goes to the website. It goes to the newsletter page. So instead of them actually downloading a PDF straight from this email, what they do is they get taken to this page where they can flip through the newsletter just by swiping like this. Okay? And they can also print from this page as well. Just by right-clicking and going print. Okay, so that's a really easy way to sort of do the link just to all of your subscribers. And over on the left-hand side, I've just popped one picture from the last newsletter. So you'll pop a new one in here, and just some teaser headlines. I didn't pop any in there, but just to sort of have a little bit of something eye-catching. Okay, so this is just viewing the email, but what I want to do is show you how to create a new email newsletter for your next edition. So what we want to do is actually replicate this template. So you'll always keep this template here, and then we just want to make sure that we grab a copy of it, so it's called replicating it. We haven't got any subscribers in the list yet, but we will populate that, and then once people start signing up via the website, there'll be recipients in there, but we want to send to the entire list. We can actually have different sections in our list as well. So if you wanted to put, subscribers as all people, but then certain people are advertisers as well. If you wanted to send out an advertising reminder, you can actually segment your list, which is really handy. So just click next. Okay, so we're just going to name our campaign here, and we'll put autumn edition. Okay. So this is actually just for us, so we know what the this campaign is called, but I'll also put that in our email subject. And that's all we need to put for this section. All the rest is correct. So we click next. Okay, so here is our editing email newsletter. So you can see by hovering over any of these elements, it comes up with some little icons up here. So this is just basically how you edit the text or image or anything like that. So all I do to edit it is click on it, and then I can adjust the heading, I can adjust any of the text in here, and I can adjust the link. Now, to make anything a link, I'm just going to show you how to do that step by step. So what I'm going to do is I'll just delete that and do it from scratch so that you know how to do it from scratch. So if I type in, I'm just going to take off the underlining here for a second. can type anything and then link anything to that text. So read the latest newsletter. Latest. Okay, so to link it, what I need to do is highlight that text. And you can see over here, normally I will only see one bar of tools. But if you click this little arrow here, it shows us 2 bars worth of tools. So this is just some extra handy stuff, but it's actually in the top line anyway. So what I want to do is click the little icon that looks like a chain. And if you hover over it, it says link. So that's exactly what we want. And you can link it to a web address, an email address, an anchor link. If you did just want them to be able to just download a file straight from there, you can do it like that. Or a gather event, which is nothing that we need to worry about. So we're going to link it to a web address. So what I can do now is go and open the newsletter page. So just making sure we're on the start of the newsletter page, and I just need to highlight this address, click copy, which is Control C for me, and then paste, which is Control V. Okay, and I can also click my advanced options and just say open in a new window. This just helps if they're viewing the email online. It just helps to sort of create a new tab for it instead of opening it over the same tab that they've got. It's just always a handy thing. Okay, so you can see there it's now gone blue and it's got an underline underneath it. So that just shows you exactly what that is. If I need to check where it links to, all I need to do is highlight it again, and I can go to link and it will show me what exactly it's linked to. If I need to remove that link, all I need to do is go and unlink. Okay. You can also, okay, so let's save and close out of that section there, which was this section. If we would like to change the photo for a different photo, all we need to do is click on the image, and we want to click replace, and then we can browse for a file. So we might say, okay, let's replace it with this image. We go open and we're going to press upload, and that will just take a few seconds, and it replaces it there. Now our headings are in here as well. So what I'm saying here is maybe just pop in a few things that are in the latest newsletter, just to help people know that, yep, it's definitely worth reading, so jump on and have a look. Okay, I won't put those in because I don't know what they are. And that's basically it for the editing of the actual newsletter for each new edition. So then what we need to do is just press next once we have everything in there. Okay, and it comes up and says we've got a plain text version. Just make sure that's all looking okay. I usually just ignore this because most people will see it in full HTML or full sort of imagery and the way that it really looks. And the plain text, it just copies the exact text over straight from the email anyway, so that's fine. And we will click next. Okay, now once we've got the list imported into there, it's just going to double check that you're sending it to the right list. You can double check that you've got the right subject line. You can double check that all your replies are going to the right email addresses. And there's just, a few things that, you can just double check are looking okay. What we can also do at this stage, or even at the previous stage, is do a preview and test. So we can open a pop-up preview and see how it's looking. So that's looking fine. And this information down the bottom here has to be on there. It's called the Anti-Spam Act, and you always need to have an address that your business or community group is linked to, so that if anyone wants to complain because they think you're spamming them, then they have somewhere to complain to. Okay. But obviously you won't be spamming people. Okay. So because we don't have that issue resolved of having anyone in our list as yet, once we do, we can either click schedule and set it to go out, say, at Tuesday midday on a certain date, or we can just click send and it will go straight away that day. Okay, so that's very, very simple and straightforward. Okay, I'm just going to click Save and Exit to the dashboard for now. And we're just going to go into lists. So if you want to add anyone into the list, and all you've got is, they're written on a piece of paper, or you might have an Excel document that they're in, or some kind of, digital text or something like that, you can import them in. So what we do is we just click on the list, and it says we have no subscribers, but what we want to do is add subscribers. And we can say if we have an Excel document, we can import, and we would choose copy and paste from Excel. So if I was to do this, all I have to do is click that. It's very intuitive. What it'll say is, just make sure that this column lines up. Is it the first name? And yeah, don't worry about what columns you've got. It will just check with you whether this is the list of first names or the list of email addresses, and you can just switch and swap them so that everything imports properly into the right column, if you like. Okay, and then you can also add subscribers just by typing them in as well. So if you've just got them all written on a piece of paper, just pop them in there, and then you have to just tick that they gave me permission to add them to the list. Yeah, and it's as simple as that. Okay, and if there's any questions at all ever, you just ring me up, and I'll either adjust something for you if it's something a bit tricky, or I can talk you through it, or I can make a video for you. So I hope that was helpful and easy to follow. Thanks.